And we begin first up with news that's coming in from the national capital. This is the Narayan firing case which happened last week. The Delhi police, in a big breakthrough, has arrested the main accused, Gangster Armaan, in an encounter which took place earlier today. The operation that led to the arrest of the gangster, the CCTV of which is on your screens. The main accused has been arrested as the Delhi police continues with its crackdown on gang-related violence in the national capital. So this is the Narayan firing case. The Delhi police special cell having apprehended the main gangster, the shooter in this case. Let's go across to Soumya. She's joining us live from the national capital. Soumya, once again, if you can take us through the details of this case, one, and also what do we know about this this shooter, Gangster Armaan, who's been apprehended?
Yes, well, Samisha, for our viewers, let's make it clear that not one arrest but two arrests has been made in the Narayan showroom firing case. One of them is Armaan, who happens to be the main shooter in the car showroom case. However, the other one is being named as Deepak. Now we talk about Armaan, who happens to be the main shooter in the case, has been arrested by the special cell after an encounter. He was shot, and after that immediately he was admitted to the hospital. Now the another info that we are getting is that the shooting took place after the instructions were given by gangster Himanshu Bhau, who happens to be at the moment in the United States of America. Now we talk about other arrested person in this case is Deepak, who happens to be an ARUI kickboxing champion, who also won gold in the junior international competition. He is also a very recognized wushu coach and also runs a kickboxing coaching center. As per the CCTV details that has been accessed, Armaan was seen in a yellow t-shirt inside the showroom collecting empty cartridges, whereas Deepak, he was standing outside the showroom when the incident took place. So this is all the info that we have at the moment in the Narayan showroom firing case. Back to you.
Thank you for the moment. In fact, let's take a closer look at that CCTV that we've accessed, which shows how that encounter happened between the Delhi police and the main accused. And let's move on to more news break coming in. Former Indian cricketer Mohammad Azharuddin has been summoned by the ED in Hyderabad and he's expected to appear today. The investigation pertains to misappropriation of funds within the Cricket Association during his tenure as president. The ED is looking into discrepancies that occurred under his leadership. So, former cricketer Azharuddin, who's been summoned by the ED in a misappropriation of funds case. Mohammad Azharuddin, who's been summoned by the ED in Hyderabad. So Mohammad Azharuddin, who's been mired in several controversies in the past, including that relating to match fixing, is now in has now come under the lens of the ED. It's a case related to misappropriation of funds, for which he's been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Former Indian player Mohammad Azharuddin, who's under the lens of the Enforcement Directorate. He's also been a former member of Lok Sabha. So Mohammad Azharuddin, who's a former cricketer, has been summoned by the ED officials. He's played 99 test matches and 334 one-day internationals for India. Let's go across to our senior editor, Shravan, joining us. Shravan, give us details of this case for which the former cricketer has been summoned.
Well, this is the first time that Mohammad Azharuddin has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. He was asked to appear today before the Enforcement Directorate's Hyderabad unit. The case basically stems from an investigation that was carried out by the Anti-Corruption Bureau in Hyderabad, where they had basically filed a case of misappropriation of funds of the Hyderabad Cricket Association, and this was to the tune of 20 crore rupees. Now, charge sheets have already been filed, and it levels serious allegations in the procurement of what they call the DG sets, firefighting systems, as well as canopies for the Rajiv Gandhi Cricket Stadium that was constructed in Uppal in Hyderabad. Now, what we have been told is that Mohammad Azharuddin was the president of the Hyderabad Cricket Association, where they believe that the misappropriation of funds have essentially taken place. And remember, there have been inordinate delays while the construction was being carried out, which had escalated the costs, the budget enhancements, as well as that basically led to corresponding losses to the Hyderabad Cricket Association. And that is the reason why we are now given to understand that the secretary, the president, vice president, and others who have actually been named in the charge sheet in collusion with the private parties, they are all under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate.
All right, Shravan, thank you for those details. So, Shravan, they're getting us details of this former player who's been summoned by the ED.